Previously recorded podcast.
All right, welcome to Previously Recorded. I am your host, RP, as always, and this episode of Previously Recorded is brought to you by Totally Tees. If you need a shirt and you don't have one, call
Totally Tees. They'll
get it done. All right, you might heard some lag there, and you're not used to that. It's because we are recording remotely today due to the quarantine. We have Bob back with us after it's been quite some time, and we felt that we needed his presence, his happiness, his airiness, his sexiness for this podcast. And Shane, as always, as well. What's going on, guys? Well, Bob hasn't been here for a long time.
Yeah.
You're here all the time.
Well, look, it kind of is your fault, Senator.
Yeah, come on, give him that pardon. Yeah. Oh, we love it.
I'm not back for good, but back for this episode for sure.
I don't know. It's just making me happy to see everyone together right before the Easter holiday, just getting me so horny and jazzed.
Great to see everybody together, but not together.
So we are recording remotely today. We are using a variety of software programs to help us get through this. I just miss the touch of my boys. That's all. The subtle glance through a microphone stand, the subtle leg touch from an uncle, those kind of things.
Yeah, they can't see the Zoom that we have set up. I think RP's posting it though.
I did. I posted it on Instagram. So just go back a week from today that you're hearing this episode. It's not.
We set microphones up that we're not, like Shane and I are not using them at all.
Yeah, Bob took it out and brought it back for practical purposes.
So we're just doing our best to get
we are. We're hanging in there.
Audra just came into the room.
She's got to make her presence known. She just can't fucking walk by and be normal. She has to make it known. Coming in late. Yeah. So there's a funny story about Audra. So I was on a work Zoom call, and she didn't want to be seen. So the first time she ran past, and everyone saw her and started laughing. And coming back, she decided to crawl. And towards the end of her video, towards her crawl, all you see is just her head coming out from the bottom of like my chair. And my manager just starts cracking up laughing, and everyone sees her and they start laughing at her. It was so funny. I don't know, but if you look at me, I look like the Flash.
Yeah. Whoa!
So there's a lag on my camera. And it looks like Barry Allen is running through.
I had a webinar the one day. I was like a volleyball coach, and he like in the middle of the thing, he's like going over a bunch of stuff, and I guess it was his wife or his girlfriend or whatever just walks into the room from outside in like a bathing suit and like looked over and saw that he was like on this thing with like hundreds of people because it was through like a big company, and just dropped to the floor, disappeared, and then like 5 or 6, his face got beet red, and then like 5 or 6 minutes later, she popped back up at the door and went back outside. I asked in the chat section of the Zoom if he had a family photo that night, but he didn't respond. Laid down and watching TV.
So one of the big TikTok trends right now with this quarantine stuff is why am I not showing up as recording? There we go. Is that what a wife will walk in on a husband on a Zoom call and just flash her titties, and that's like the big like trend right now to get like his reaction. And most of the time they just start laughing. What's that? Yeah, she's shaking her boobies for me. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a big thing, though. What was the other one? Showing the boobies or just being completely naked? What? Completely naked is the other one. But yeah, so what have you guys been up to during quarantine?
Nothing at all. I just
No.
watch TV and play video games all day.
Yeah, that's about what all did. We're going to be putting out a mini episode that I actually have featuring Audra. It'll come out after this episode, so it'll be our next one, talking about like the 8 movies we've watched together. That's what I've been doing, kind of just
Trying to think
trying
because
to
we
keep
weren't on the
busy.
mini episode. What else? I watched a few good movies that I hadn't seen. I watched Hobbs and Shaw the one day. I watched
Anything to report back on
Rocket
that
Man
one?
today. What's that?
Anything to report back on Hobbs and Shaw?
Exactly what you would expect from a Fast and the Furious movie.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Rocket Man, is it better than Bohemian Rhapsody?
I don't like Bohemian Rhapsody. I wasn't a fan of that movie.
Yeah, Rocket. I thought so too, but the I put out a Twitter and a Facebook thing, and it's kind of torn on Facebook, but on Twitter, I mean, people are saying Bohemian Rhapsody more, and I think because
I thought that
Rocket
Rocket
Man,
Man was more of an accurate story. Bohemian Rhapsody, I feel like, is a little bit.
it's like they spoon fed you like a PG version of Freddie,
Yeah,
like
but then like it was Bohemian Rhapsody was like Freddie Mercury is Queen.
yeah, and the people in the band made that. Apparently, in Rocket Man, there's a difference that he got his last name. He went with Elton John for John Lennon, and they didn't talk about that or something. I don't know. Somebody commented that on my Facebook.
In Rocket Man?
Yeah, they don't say that's where he got John from, Elton John. I don't
Yeah,
know
they
the Elton
do.
John.
He says my name's Elton, and he said Elton what? And he looks at a picture of the Beatles in the office and says look John.
Yeah, you're right. That does happen. So I
So
don't know what my friend was talking about.
I don't know.
All right,
Maybe during
Shane, what have you
quarantine
been up to?
they should read a fucking book.
Yeah, thank you for our stimulus checks, buddy.
Yeah,
It's funny.
my pardon was actually in that bill. You guys just didn't know that. It's one of like the sub articles in the bill is that I was pardoned. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He's not a fugitive. Appreciate it again. Really appreciate that.
so we've been keeping it fun in the Walsh household. We have a makeshift gym in my basement now, where my sister is hosting uh, really good workouts every day. We're doing taste testing and drink testing, and everybody's just walking around naked. It's like a really open environment. My dad just walk around swinging dong. It's just like so that's what we've been doing.
What's the line? What did he say?
And what?
Dante at the
Oh,
pleasure party.
smoking hot, swinging dick.
These girls, he was talking about like
Taiwanese girls, right?
he was
In
like these
Thailand, right?
girls were smoking hot and swinging dick.
Because because they're she males is
And I don't
that
know
the
what
correct term?
the correct term is for the prostitutes in Thailand, but
Yeah, but they're hot, but then they have peepees.
what'd you
What are
say?
they called, Shane? Lady boys. Isn't it? Isn't that aren't they? Isn't that the movie Lady Bird? Isn't that what they're called? Oh,
No,
hello,
I need to watch
hello,
Lady Bird. Oh,
hello,
don't let
hello.
Patrice in. Don't let her in the house. It's quarantine.
Oh, hello, boys. I just dropped off my delicious pie. Bye. All right. See you.
That was a terrible Patrice situation.
I knocked on the door and immediately regretted it, so I jumped shipped immediately.
Just came up on the bit.
Yeah, I just came up on a bit. But yeah. So no new movies or television shows you guys,
I finished Jack Ryan finally. That took a while.
I love season 1. I didn't get too much into season 2 yet, but so far I watched 2 episodes of it. I'm not too big on it.
It gets better. The first that's why I bail. I dropped out after like episode 3. I think like I didn't watch another one for a while, but the back half of the season's better for season 2. My
Gotcha.
problem is like there are so many subtitles.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't look away
Like you have to focus the entire time. Well, that's why a lot of people had a problem with the movie Parasite, which is off
Well, it's
subtitled
like
and
sometimes
fantastic.
I'm just like I'm going to send a text or look something up real fast, and then I realize that I have no idea what this Venezuelan woman just talked about for 5 minutes. She was just
Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. If it's a show I really like when The Flash is on, when I'm watching The Flash with my dad, I don't really give a shit. I'm on my phone. I don't really care. But if it's a show I'm into, I don't mind paying attention. Like even if Audra will ask me a question, I'll pause the movie or the show because I'm
Yeah,
into it and I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, or they're ahead. Mm.
I the thing with I don't mind subtitles, and I'll like pause like Westworld, which for example, like I'll pause if I'm going to look at my phone or something like that because I don't want to miss stuff.
Yeah,
That also
Westworld's a big one.
it's like a 1 hour commitment. If I'm
Hmm.
binging through Jack Ryan, which is what I ended up doing, it was like I wasn't going to go 4 hours straight without looking at my phone every here and there, and I just
Yeah,
stopped pausing it because I just didn't care enough.
Shane, have you watched Jack Ryan? I think you would really like it. Hmm.
That,
Uh, what a pronunciation.
John Krasinski's doing that Some Good News thing. I sent it to
Yeah,
you last week. So he did a second episode, and
I haven't watched the second episode yet, but I was going to
yeah,
bring that up. The first
he,
one was excellent.
he pronounces his own name wrong. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, he
that's the
did in the
first
second
one.
one.
Did he pronounce it wrong in the first one? No, he pronounces his own name wrong. Yeah, he was like,
So maybe that's why your mom did say that.
it's actually pronounced something like that.
Some good news, guys. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's really uplifting
Yeah,
right now.
YouTube thing. John Krasinski just kind of people send him positive things that are going on in the world. So like the one you'll like this RP because you're a musical guy. He talks
I
to a
do like
girl.
the tunes.
He talks to a girl, like a young girl who was supposed to go see Hamilton but couldn't for her birthday,
Oh, I heard about
and
this.
then instead she watched Mary Poppins Returns.
Uh
So
huh.
he brought Emily Blunt in, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm so glad you watched my movie. I'm sure it was your favorite part." And she was like, "Well, I watched it because like who's the guy
Lin
from
Manuel
Hamilton? Lin Manuel
Miranda. Yeah.
Miranda. He she's like, I watched it because he was in it, so I figured it was like the next best thing. And she was like, I mean, like he's in it, but he's not like the main character. He's not really that important. And she's like, and John Krasinski's like, do you watch The Office? And she's like, no, I've never seen it. And they're just like sitting there, and then Manuel, or whatever,
Lin Manuel Miranda.
Miranda. Yeah, this what a name that guy.
We us people that know him just call him L double M. That's just what we
Okay,
call
he
him.
he zoom bombs them, and he shows up.
Uh
And John Krasinski's like, "Get out of here, dude! She's a big fan of The Office. She doesn't even like you." He's
huh.
like freaking out that he's in it. And so John Krasinski was like, "I'll get you tickets to go see Hamilton. I'll fly you out to New York after
Oh,
it's
that's
all over." And Miranda got it that time.
uh, there you
He's
go. Good job.
I can do one better. And a bunch of people join the Zoom, and it's the
Yes,
cast of Hamilton, and they sang the what's my name or whatever, Alexander
didn't they
Hamilton.
do the first song
I think
of
that's
the
the first
show?
song. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That
it was cool. It was sweet.
John Krasinski's a hero now in my mind. I don't care. That's awesome. I also saw that the Disney musical company, like on Broadway, have they sang "Go the Distance."
I
And
saw that on a
did you know the
Very
girl from the Hawk girl from season one of Legends is now playing Elsa in Frozen on Broadway?
I don't remember who Hawk Girl is.
Yeah, she was very forgettable. Um,
I think I know who
but
Hawk Girl is in the comics. I just don't remember from Legends.
yeah, but yeah, that was cool stuff. We've been seeing a lot of really cool stuff during this quarantine. You know, we did a quarantine. The podcast did a quarantine watch party with Brandon Davis at comicbook.com, and with James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy, and he actually responded to a tweet I sent him on the podcast Twitter. So like people have been doing really cool stuff and been finding out cool facts about some movies and all this other stuff. And a big thing to come out of this quarantine that everybody's talking about is Tiger King,
Tiger King. Yeah.
which
That's
is a subtle nod to our podcast topic for today.
that's RP's forced segue.
Hey, that was 15 minutes of just kind of shooting the shit and going, what's going on. So it's usually much
Yeah.
much sooner than that.
Well, yeah, you let it go for a while. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's seen Tiger King at this point, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved them immediately.
Yeah, my mom watched it.
Did she?
She got through like she got like halfway through the first episode, and she was like, "Does this get better?"
How's
Like,
it get?
and I was like, "Yeah, like it, it's gonna get better." And she's like, "Because I'm not into it right now." I was like, "I know, 'cause it's boring right now." And I was like, "But the one, wait, because at some point over the course of the next 7 episodes, you're gonna get a cult, you're gonna get a murder, you're gonna
Yep.
get Shaq, you're gonna get the
Yeah.
FBI, you're gonna get a person's arm get blown off, you're gonna get a 2-husband gay marriage,
You're gonna get a shit ton of good music videos.
you're gonna get Exotic Joe running for president."
That was the craziest thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My favorite line in the whole thing is his campaign commercial when he's like, "Yes, I'm gay. Yes, I'm a redneck. Yes, I have a mullet. I'm broke as shit."
I just like the shit he said. I thought he was funny. I really did. When he wasn't trying to be funny, he was funny. Uh, like there's one thing on Twitter that he said. He's just like, "What is up with this country and free speech? I can't say the N word." And he's like, "People, you go on YouTube and you got all these rappers dropping the N word. Why can't I say the N word?" And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like it's a legitimate video he put out on
Yeah,
YouTube for people to watch. He's
he's
fucking crazy.
he's and so all right. So if you rank the three from Tiger King, so it's
Yeah,
Doc Antle,
which
Exotic
I have to
Joe,
say,
and Cal.
anytime I think of Doc Antle, I think of our friend Chris, who was on uh,
Game of Thrones
our Game
podcast.
of Thrones mini series. He said to me, he's like, Doc Antle definitely fucks his animals, right? And every time I see him, that is what I think of. I was like, this guy fucks his animals. Uh,
There's no doubt in my mind.
no, when he came out riding that elephant, I was like, yep, that fucker fucks them.
All right, let's do this. Those three, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my god. Well, apparently Joe marries straight men, so
I
I'll
was gonna
marry
say we
Joe.
probably should all marry Joe because that's his bit.
I would pick Carol to bang because she is the woman, but I would like to feed her to a
I think I
tiger.
want to kill Carol.
Um, Karma is a bitch. So I guess, but I can't bring myself to fuck Doc, or Joe. Gross.
You could be a part of his cult.
His cult. All right, so I'm gonna go fuck Mary Kill. Uh, Fuck Cat. I do. I wouldn't mind seeing her going to. You know what? Fuck Carol. Marry Joe. And Doc Antle is a abusive, mentally abusive person. I think he's a what did you say? Womanizer, right? Yeah. So he can fucking die. That's fine.
Yeah,
All right. Real subtle.
yeah. I'm not answering. I'm not. I had already
Hey man.
decided. Yeah, I
Hey man.
decided that earlier.
I'm sitting here naked. I don't feel weird about anything.
Yeah.
It's fine.
When you, as that's funny because as soon as he started answering, I was like, I'm not going to answer this question.
So what was your when you started watching this show? Like, what was your reaction to it? Like, mine was like, all right, I'm in for the ride. I'll buckle in, and then it just was like, holy shit!
No shirt, apparently.
Yeah. He wanted to show off his tattoos.
That's what the
Legitimately.
director said, that he wanted to show tattoos.
No, they were stupid. But he fixed his teeth. Travis fixed his teeth, and he's pissed Netflix didn't show
I
that.
like the cover up tattoo that he got that didn't actually cover up his tattoo. That was
Yeah, you can still see Joe and Zodek.
yeah, that was a big move at the end there.
So what do you think was like the craziest part of the show? There's a lot of crazy shit from crazy people, crazy theories, um, crazy incidences. Like, what was the craziest aspect of this show?
I don't know. Carol's obviously crazy. Like that whole thing, the Carol Doc thing. They're like isolated to me. Like Doc is nuts. Carol is nuts. But like,
Mhm.
let's do this. The craziest thing that happened at the GW Zoo
The
is
girl getting her arm bitten off.
probably her arm getting bit off and then being back at work like a week later. But also the
No,
fact that like the whole like what was it, the alligator thing that went up and like that got burnt down?
yeah, that was Joe.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do think it was Joe's doing. He
But then
hired
the
someone.
people that thought it was the producer too.
Yeah, that was stupid. That there's no way it was that guy.
I don't know.
That guy, like you said, that was his retirement.
That's what Doc Antle said too. Are you
Yeah.
riding an elephant right now?
Shane's in the cult. You know what one of the craziest things was? That girl, they show that girl getting her arm bitten off in the second episode. And I didn't realize she didn't have an arm until the second
Dude,
episode.
same. Did
But she
they
did
have
in the
did you go back and watch the first episode?
Yep.
And she doesn't have an arm, like it's not like camera magic. Like they
Nope,
show
I
her
thought it
pull
was
out
camera magic. No, she doesn't have she has her
and,
nub.
and it's all on the screen. Yeah, I didn't
Yep.
realize it all the first episode.
Nope. And I was like, how the fuck did I not realize that? It's like right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is a I mean, he's taking people this is like a second chance kind of work, but like imagine living in that conditions. Like no, $150 a week, eating meat off of out of a trash can. Like that it's fucking crazy. Like I'm sure there's other shit just as bad or just like that.
Who's
It's fucking nuts.
who's the most redeemable character? And
The guy with the long hair.
I think it now because he went and he went to court against Joe. I like the guy with no legs.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that guy a lot too.
That guy seemed like a
Um,
good dude.
he did seem like a really good dude.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with tigers.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. He was I liked anytime he was on the screen, I liked him like the most. I cared about what
Oh,
he
yeah,
had to say.
exactly.
Yeah,
Do
the
you
worst person out of all of them is Carol. I don't care what anybody
No,
says.
I agree.
I hate her. I think we all hate her. I think she's doing exactly what they were doing. She did say that where they had all those people come was a once a year thing that they do, but the way that she has her workers working, like around the
They
clock,
can
Christmas
volunteer for
Day,
like years and years and years.
yeah, like fucking pay those people something. And she's like, no, I think she said that she had no idea who somebody was, and they'd been there for like 5 years. Like, oh, come on,
Yeah, she's a bitch, and she killed her husband.
she did kill her
Now I
husband.
sound like Joe Exotic on his show. This
Yeah,
bitch, this
the
bitch
previously
from
recorded is
Florida.
turning into Joe TV.
Yeah, I have a dummy in my room right now. I'm going to shoot it in the head.
That was like that was crazy to me.
He's
Like what the
fucking
fuck?
nuts.
He's a nut job. All right, so I
And
gotta ask. This is my favorite part of the
the
show.
kid killing himself,
Yeah, he could have.
and the guy just did this. That was his
Yeah.
whole reaction for
That-
5 minutes.
Okay, that I think was probably the most shocking, not craziest, but
Oh.
most shocking
For me,
thing.
like I saw it coming because like when they started to go more in detail about like that, I forget his name, but that guy, I don't know.
The
Travis, right? Is that his name?
yeah, what
Father husband.
Travis the guy with the missing teeth? It was Travis
John.
and
His name's John.
oh, John was the missing teeth guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One that killed himself, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So I realized when they started going more in depth about him that they hadn't talked to him at all. And I was like, fuck, he's dead, isn't he?
yeah,
I didn't expect him to kill himself, but I realized that he had died somehow.
yeah. I thought it was gonna be like a drug overdose or something.
Yeah, once the
Um,
drugs came out, it got intense.
mhm. Like, it was crazy, like, even just, like, reading their text messages back and forth where it was just like, "I'm leaving the shop. I love you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going here. I love you. I love you." Like, that's it. That's all they said. There was no
I
real
like
conversation.
I also like the guy who went from ammo salesman at Walmart to presidential campaign manager
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
blink of an eye. I like that dude a lot.
The guy who doesn't like police, who doesn't like law enforcement,
He's a
that was
libertarian.
yeah, libertarian. Um,
He's like Ron Swanson.
yeah, it's just crazy, but that shocked me, but shit, like our past guest Shank said, the first thing they teach you is you don't point a gun at something you don't wanna shoot. So he said, "I it's true," but I mean, also he's going around dicking around and whatever, but that was the most shocking thing, and it was very upsetting, and to see how like, Joe was such an ass, like, egotistical asshole, talking about dragging his balls being dragged across his face at the dude's funeral. Like, I was like, "Come on, man."
I don't know. He's just a
He's
dick.
whatever.
Well,
Alright,
how
so
do you
anyway,
know
my favorite part of the show, and I gotta ask you guys this, what was your favorite song?
I don't the Carol Baskins one where with Carol Baskins, she looks so much like her that I like was just freaked out to the point where I thought it was like staged and fake.
It she looked freakily like it. So would you say "Here Kitty Kitty" is your favorite song?
I don't remember the titles. I don't listen to them like you do.
Yeah, the "I Saw a Tiger" has been on repeat in this house. Well, uh, I played "I Saw a Tiger." I did. I I did. Um, I'm not proud to admit it, but I actually really enjoy the songs. I think they're funny.
Here's the fun fact that's unrelated to Tiger King, but you're learning things on guitar. Terry Crews plays the flute. I found out
The Skin Flute?
he's a flautist.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. It like fits his
The
character
flute
at
or
White Chick.
I feel like the flute or the tuba.
He was on some talk show that my mom was watching, and they're like, "What have you been doing in quarantine?" He's like, "I've been practicing the flute a lot," and he's like, "I've played my whole life," and he bangs it out and starts playing the flute on the fucking show, and he's good.
Was he doing it like Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, he's like good. He's like Ron Burgundy. Yeah, you
The
have
jazz flute, like a sissy girl. Shane, what was your favorite song? There's only really 2. No,
no, it's
no.
not.
So, I said that too, I was like, "I can't believe this is him because it's actually, like, a good voice." And then they showed him recording and singing at the funeral, but he was also playing the song while he sang. And then our past guest, Chris also said, apparent he paid people out in Hollywood or California to write these songs and perform these songs because they were gonna be in a reality show. And so I think they got them for cheap, expecting to get like royalties off of it, and they never did. So I'm sure they're reaping the benefits now with the Netflix stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but
the
yeah,
first time
there's
I had
no way
Netflix
it's him.
this week, did they ever do that?
They're not on Apple Music, but I was just like, I couldn't believe there was
Fucking Steve
the
Jobs is
one.
rolling over in his grave right now that they're not on
I
that.
know he is. He can't believe it. There's the one that I actually kept playing over and over again. It was the one that goes, "I saw I woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes." Doo-doo. It's because I love it, and then the music video, he's barely moving his mouth. He's like, Like I'm gonna post it on our Twitter because everybody needs to see it. It's amazing. But I just kept playing that on repeat because you love me. I think is yeah. I'll throw it in there. Uh,
Did you guys
yeah,
see the gif of the fat guy that was like the guy
yeah. The
who's sick?
informant.
Yeah, he was on the wave runner, and it's like
Yeah.
made it through his quarantine's over, and it's him like coming in slow motion on the wave on like the jet ski. It's so funny.
So to get down more to the series, do you think Joe Exotic should be in prison alone? I think that motherfucker Jeff Lowe should be in there with him
Nah, well, I
too.
mean, the dude who fucking was gonna go kill her, how does he not
Hmm.
get anything? I mean,
Yeah, I think that was just part of helping, right? That's why he got off because he helped. Yeah, yeah.
the whole thing's crazy to me.
As a senator, what is your take on this, Shane?
Oklahoma, I think. Yeah,
He
he's got a big.
somebody asked Trump
It's like
if
a
they were
big thing that they want Trump to pardon him.
yeah, and he said he'd look into it. There's no way he does it, right?
Nah, because Peter would go crazy.
Well, would Peter go crazy because he's
Oh, they're
helping
working
Peter
with
now.
him now, right? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
They're working with him now. I forgot that in the last episode.
mhm. Which that's why they said that there's probably going to be a season 2 unfolding the rest of that
About like
shit. A
what
new
he's
episode
doing.
dropping tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? I know there's a new episode coming.
Yeah,
They're
tomorrow. Yeah,
dropping an episode on Easter.
yeah.
Netflix.
I guess I mean not, everybody's all hyped about it, and everybody's
Yeah.
everybody's
By the
going to be
time
down.
this has been by the time this gets released, there'll have been a new episode.
Yeah. So yeah, but I, if Trump if Trump pardons Joe Exotic, that would be fucking whack. I just that would be fucking whack. That's all I can say is whack. Yeah.
Isn't he like sick or it didn't somebody in his prison have?
Yeah. He got the coronavirus, the
Yeah, yeah.
COVID-19.
Did he get it or somebody that he was with get it? I thought I read that.
It was a headline from the Huffington Post. Joe Exotic gets COVID-19. Yep. Yeah. Twitter stays undefeated, man.
Yeah, dude.
So
The internet's pretty sweet.
so that's kind of all I have for Tiger King. Kind of my last question statement thing is just that Carol did it. That's all it is.
So all
That
right. So what if you if for people who liked Tiger King, what else would you recommend they watch?
uh, the song from The Hangover. That's what I would
I mean,
recommend.
like on Netflix, everybody's got time right now. Like, what's another
Um,
crazy story like that?
well, I mean, it's not. I don't know if I would say it's just like that, but it's also mind fuckingly crazy and confusing. Is Westworld?
Westworld, yeah, it is crazy.
Well, Shane, you're not caught up, right? Oh, you're caught up. We can jump. We can talk about Westworld.
Watch RP couldn't finish it. Watch Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh yeah, that could not watch that. That freaked me the fuck out.
It's so fucking crazy. And then Don't Fuck with Cats is good too if you haven't seen those things. And then
Actually, Audrey just finished that.
yeah, the
What
Staircase
did you
is
think?
pretty good, but I haven't watched it yet. That's old.
The what thing?
Yeah, that's
Wait, did you?
all right.
I know a couple people that watched it. There was also something crazy I watched. Fuck, what was the name of it? Two Girls, One Cup. It was it was crazy. Um, I don't know. It might be a reality show. I'm not really sure. I have to send you the link. You need to see it.
What's that? That's like this because there's this. That's the
It's
story.
told
Like
from
they're
well. There's a
struggling. to pay for college, right?
Yeah, the documentary actually deals with the dishwasher who had to wash it afterwards.
I got
And it's just telling it from his point of view,
the
and how much
cameraman.
duty was on the cup.
Judy.
Oh,
The, the worst part
I,
about
I
the
re-
video is that every time I watch it, I crave soft serve ice cream.
how often are you watching it?
I mean, in my household, we try to put it on once or twice a week.
Oh,
Um, exactly. We watch it at dinner instead of the
you're
news.
into family bondage?
What's that? Yeah, it's signed. It's signed by both girls and the cup actually, which is crazy.
Wow, how did you get that?
It's don't talk about it.
Is that what you were? Is that really why you were on the run? Because everybody was after that poster?
Yeah, it,
Oh,
this bit went on like 2 jokes too long.
yeah. I didn't expect this to unravel when I mentioned two girls,
I
one
know.
cup. I kind of just mentioned it to be mentioned, and then that would be it.
The poster was all right, and then like everything from the poster on, including my jokes, were just like unnecessary and dumb.
Um, so speaking of like dumb and unnecessary that we talked about on this podcast before, and I'd say it's going to be in the next episode I put out too. Is Doolittle? I am genuinely really really surprised that it didn't absolutely suck, and it should have.
Because you love Robert Downey Jr.
He wasn't the best part of it though. The animals were. They were funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have
Watch
to
it when it
watch,
comes on HBO.
I'll have to watch it. At some point, but get the fuck out of here! It's a great movie. The Eddie Murphy one or the one
The
before that?
the remake is based on the actual book, Shane.
Well,
Now you just look like a big dumbass.
there's an older Doctor Doolittle. It's like Jerry Lewis, isn't it?
There is an old one. One of the things we've actually been watching around here has been we've been kind of watching a lot of Marvel movies. So we jumped into we watched the Captain America trilogy in one day. Um, yeah,
You got-
we mhm.
Okay, we're back. All right, so what were we talking about?
You're talking about Captain America.
Oh yeah, so we jumped back into the trilogy. I was saying that there's only Shane said he watched all the ones that weren't garbage. We were kind of thinking about it. There's none. There are absolutely none that are garbage, but there's
Well,
ones
that's
that
not what
are
I
less.
meant. I meant like the ones that
No, the ones that aren't
actually
top
want
tier.
to watch. You know,
Yeah.
like I
Like
don't want to watch Thor: Dark World.
I was gonna say I can never see Thor: Dark World again, and I'll be all right.
Yeah,
so it's Thor: Dark World. It's Iron Man 3 is better than Thor: Dark World.
Thor: Dark World is probably the worst Marvel movie.
I'd put it up there. Yeah,
I would agree. That's why they said Patty Jenkins, who did Wonder Woman, was originally attached to direct that. And she said that I may only get one shot at directing a feature film, a blockbuster feature film. And she said she left because she's like, this is just not a good script and I don't want to blow my chance. And I was like, I absolutely, that's fucking awesome. I respect that.
yeah.
And then she came and made Wonder Woman, which is an awesome movie. But the one that I think is probably the worst. One of the it's not horrible. It has some good parts, but one that I just don't have any desire to rewatch is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I
haven't rewatched that since it came out.
And I really really enjoy the first Ant-Man a lot.
I did too.
Yeah, but I still don't think it's the worst. But I agree with you. I don't really want to watch it again.
For me, it's Thor: Dark World, and I used to love Thor: Dark World when it first came out. Like, this is a good movie.
Doesn't have much going for it.
Yeah, it's just Loki's great in it, and Hemsworth is great as Thor, but that's kind of really it.
Okay.
The Dark Elves are kind of like boring too. Like they just kind of suck as villains.
The whole thing's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's real boring.
They said that they it was cool to see some of James Gunn's live tweeting where he said that originally the Power Stone they made red, and then they decided that they wanted to make the thing in Thor a stone, so they made that red and they had to go back and change it. But just thought it was a little cool fun fact. There was actually a lot of cool like little fun facts with that, and Taika Waititi did a live stream for Thor Ragnarok, which is a top Marvel film. And he read a. Did you guys read what I sent you with the fake script?
The fakes, yeah, that was pretty
Nah.
It was like Tony comes back from the dead. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because it was really funny, and I want to read it.
I did watch Jojo Rabbit.
Great movie.
That was good, right?
Yeah, I like Jojo Rabbit. I'm
Dude,
trying
I
to
thought
think
it was-
what I've watched. I
So
definitely
he
watched
said,
it.
Taika as Hitler was just so funny to me.
When he like
Yeah.
jumped out the window.
Dude, it was so good.
And everything he did.
And Stephen Merchant playing the Gestapo guy.
Hi,
That was
Hitler.
funny.
Sam
Dude,
Sam
The
Rockwell.
very beginning was Sam Rockwell. Like literally the first 5 minutes when they're at the camp, and he just goes, "Oh, hey guys, what's up, Hail Hitler?"
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell is literally. We just talked about this on the podcast. We did the mini episode. It's going to come out after this. That he's a goddamn treasure. He's amazing in everything he
He's
does.
good in everything. Yeah.
He's an Iron Man too. But also at the bottom,
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's on there too.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a Disney Plus show with him. I think that'd be cool. With like Rockwell Tech, like some like weird like one-off, like a what if, like what if he was Iron Man and like that what if series.
They're probably gonna bring him back somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the Mandarin they're definitely bringing back for 10 rings. Shang-Chi, which speaking of Marvel, everything that got pushed back with Marvel, I was really excited for the Eternals. I've been reading the Eternals, the comic books. I'm really into it. I'm really excited for that. Now we got to wait till February instead of November.
Dude, we talked about this yesterday. I'm really annoyed that New Mutants is only 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
Wait,
All this
like,
wait for an hour and a half.
We've been waiting this long, and it's only an hour and a half.
All the time for an hour and a half. That's so annoying to me.
Yep.
That's a typical. This is a movie that Shane wants to see thing to happen.
Yep. Shane's been hyped for that movie since.
You should reach out directly to like. Is that Marvel technically? Like who's?
It's Fox, but so it's under Marvel.
Reach out to Fox and just be like, listen, I'm the only person who cares about this movie. Can you just send it to me already?
Put it on Hulu.
Yeah. Put it on fucking YouTube. I don't care.
I'll watch
So
it.
here's the script. It's Tony, you're back. Tony, what's up? Perfectly normal, perfectly Tony. Thor, you're back. Tony, I'm. He says, in the sack, baby. And Tony and Thor hug. Thor, but how? I saw you die. Tony, science. Also, Thanos is back. Thor, mother friggin', no. Beat. So we're assembling again? Tony, again. It's go time. And it's like all this other stuff. It's like a button and Stark watch, and within seconds they go back. Iron Man is back. Only this time something happens. All the flags of every nation are up in arms. And he goes, Tony, everyone who died is coming back, and this time we're avenging even more than ever. From now on, we'll be known as the Avengers. And he took the time to write that, to show it on his live stream, Taika. And he said that he's like, this movie is going to be insane. He's like, it's just like we presented this to a bunch of 10-year-olds, and they said they're just saying yes to everything.
For the Thor movie or
for Thor: Love and Thunder, yeah. And the Guardians are in it too, so they'll be back. Like I'm so excited for that movie, and I just like
I really like that we're getting more like into Korg.
Yeah, we're gonna get more Korg
backstory and stuff. That's so cool.
Him and Meek, we're gonna get more of them. I hope Thor's in for a majority of the movie because I know it's gonna be Jane Foster being Thor now. But I want more as much Thor as possible because he's like. Before Ragnarok, he was kind of like done with it because of how bad the Dark World was. And he said that after Ragnarok, he continued doing Thor forever. He said, as long as they wanted to keep doing it, I'm having fun with the character.
Yeah, like I feel that I think that's more Chris Hemsworth's like personality too. Like he that and like Endgame where he's fat, like he's been just be able to have fun with it.
Yeah, and the Thor's a lot of people's favorite Avenger.
Yeah. What'd you say, Shane?
I think he hates being that big too, because that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We were watching
Having
Infinity
a
War.
fat
Yeah,
suit
he's
on for that
fucking
entire movie
great.
is probably such a relief for him.
There's a scene where Tom Hiddleston does an impression of Chris Hemsworth, and he's impersonating Chris Hemsworth like perfectly. He's like, "Fuck, man, you look exactly like Thor. Like I'm supposed to be Captain America, but you are Thor." It's like how jacked Hemsworth is and shit. It's like a great impression.
I know what you're talking about. Because
I
he's
was
like,
watching
"Hit this muscle right here," and he's like, "I don't know, like work out and stuff."
I was watching Hot Ones. It was like Zac Efron, and he did an impression of Seth Rogen, and it might have been like everybody can do a Seth Rogen impression. I feel like, but Zac Efron's Seth Rogen impression was like incredible because he was
That's
like,
awesome.
"Oh yeah, I think Seth Rogen told me that." And it's like, "Oh yeah," he was probably like, "Oh yeah, that's," and like he just went right into it, and like it was perfect because Zac Efron like broke his hand on the set of Neighbors.
Oh,
And he had like emergency surgery, so they didn't have to like shut the movie down. Apparently, and like that's so. Seth Rogen had told that story on Hot Ones, and then he was like asking the guy. He was asking Zac Efron about it.
right.
I just thought of something for some reason. So I've been talking to you guys about the Scrubs rewatch podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I haven't listened to yet.
I haven't really been watching much TV, but I've been listening to this, and they're doing an episode every Tuesday and Thursday now. Yo,
That's awesome.
I'm loving it. It's
are
so
they an hour long? Like,
they're about an hour long, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna start listening.
It's so good. And
Yeah,
they're
I want
they're gonna start having guests on from the show. Like I'm so excited about it.
I got so The Office did that too, with Jenna Fisher and Angela.
Uh-huh.
And at first I was into it, and then like after like 5 episodes, I was like, Jenna Fisher's fine. Angela is annoying as fuck.
See, that's
So I couldn't listen to it anymore.
that's not the case though. So because Zach Braff and Donald Faison like talking, it's like it doesn't feel forced.
Because they're
Yeah.
best friends in real life, aren't they?
Well, so are Angela and Pam.
Okay.
They're
But,
best
like,
friends.
It's what you show us reviews about ours where it's like, oh, it just feels genuine because they're like actually friends. Like that's how it is. Like it doesn't feel
Yeah,
forced.
it's
Like they're not
there's a
doing
lot
it because they want to make money off of it. Like we are. Like we're just making money off of this.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just here for the billions of dollars that we're making.
that stimulus check is nothing compared to what this podcast brings in.
That Totally Tease check every month is it's just ridiculous. It's paying for my mansion right now.
Yeah, listen, if you need if you need
A shirt and you don't have one,
Yeah.
call Totally Tease. They'll get it done.
if you need a good like when this is all over, this quarantine business is over, and like everybody wants to have their big like out of the house parties. Don't forget, like you want to have
Yeah.
t-shirts there. Totally Tease is the spot.
Yeah, you gotta have a brand new fit for when you're finally allowed back outside.
Yeah,
So you might want to
Yeah.
call back to Totally Tease.
make
That's
sure
true.
the drip is fire or whatever the kids are saying now.
Liddy Titty.
Yeah,
What are you going to spend your stimulus check on?
I already spent it.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. On whores?
Yeah, dog. What else do you
he's
spend
a
more?
senator, dude. Of course, it was on horse.
That's true. I'm putting mine towards a PS5.
I was thinking about
Yeah, I'll probably do
putting
that.
it aside for that. I'm gonna save some of it because I'm lucky that I'm still getting paid throughout all this. So like
That's true.
I don't need the money right this moment as much as other people do.
It's true.
Like it's
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, same. Luckily, thank God. But yeah, so I hope people are using it to help them get by. But people that are fortunate enough to use it for fun stuff, PS5 is where I'm at because once that Spider-Man 2 game comes out, I'm gonna need that shit.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
gonna be directly
Yeah.
on PS5.
yeah, I think I'm gonna do PS5. I'm definitely gonna save some of it and like when we can go out, do what it's intended to do and just go drop dumb amounts of money at different businesses.
Yeah,
Like,
it's supposed to be used on the economy. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are saving it, so that's why I feel comfortable putting some of it towards a PS5.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it. Like they want you to
Once
spend
we're
something.
allowed to go back out and we can start doing like 2 a.m. After bar runs again, Taco Bell is gonna be booming.
Yeah.
Well, Taco Bell's still open.
I need to buy some stock in Taco Bell.
Yeah, but
Taco Bell's
he's talking
different.
about like the late night Taco Bell.
How
Yeah,
that late night's going. I had Taco Bell 2 weeks ago they had a free taco on a Wednesday.
I
and
heard
it was
about that.
glorious.
I haven't had Taco Bell or Chipotle since this whole thing started,
I've had both.
and I'm losing my mind. And now
Chipotle's on Grubhub.
I'm in self isolation, so I might have to wait another week.
I've had Chick-fil-A about a dozen times since.
Haven't
Yeah,
had
but
Chick-fil-A.
just get it dropped off at your doorstep.
No,
I know.
because
Yeah,
down,
if
down
I
by
might do that for Chipotle soon because I'm like craving it.
down by where I work, Chick-fil-A is like one of only 3 places you can get food now.
At City Hall?
Yeah, down at City Hall. So you just kind of have to cycle out the 3. Like it's kind of annoying.
I have a free. I had nuggets for. So it was one from February, one from March, one for April. I have free nuggets for the one on Street Road for the Philadelphia listeners, but for our international listeners near my house, I have free chicken nuggets. So I'm gonna go get them at some point too. I went to Burger King the other day, and the guy handing me my food and stuff wasn't wearing gloves. I thought that was kind of reckless.
This morning we went to McDonald's just because we wanted something quick when we were dropping the microphones off, and they brought our food out. They made us pull to the side, and they brought our food out, and the person was wearing no mask or gloves, and I was like, "This does not feel right."
Yeah, I just feel like that should be like standard procedure across.
But everybody else in the building that like handled the money and the all were, so I was very confused.
You know what confuses me? I saw somebody the other day standing on a corner, and they were wearing gloves.
Shane, that's called a prostitute.
No. Let me finish. They were wearing the gloves, but they were eating a bag of chips, like with the gloves on. So all the nasty shit they were touching is now going on the chip that they're
and
eating.
going directly into their mouth.
So that's funny. My mom said she felt more comfortable with people with people not wearing gloves versus people wearing gloves because people wash their hands, people don't wash their gloves.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. But if I'm working, like the
I
person
can see both sides.
like going to a grocery store, like I understand the aspects of that. But like the guy who's handing me my food,
Yeah,
I would like him to be wearing gloves.
I agree. So jumping back into the Marvel stuff, bottom 3, we talked about Thor: Dark World, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I would also put this down there because it's not horrible, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I like Captain Marvel, but it was unnecessary.
I think I've watched it 3 times.
Plus, they changed around. They changed around that who are they? The shapeshifters. What the hell are they?
Oh, that I didn't care about.
No, what are they called?
The Kree.
The Skrull. I don't like the
Skrull.
Skrull and the Kree were switched on who was supposed to be good and who's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I am really excited. What's the one you're most out of all these new releases coming out from Marvel, or just a movie in general that's gotten pushed back, like the Jungle Cruise? I was excited for the Jungle Cruise. Now we got to wait a full year and some change for this.
Yeah, I do think the Jungle Cruise will be good. Wonder Woman is my mind.
August. Yeah, we got to wait till August now for that.
They
did say one of the benefits of this is that Marvel is not allowed to start using Daredevil until November. And they said that Spider-Man has shut down production. And there's a lot of people hoping that Matt Murdock will come and help Spider-Man with any legal trouble he has. So
Are they going to use the same actor that's on Daredevil on Netflix?
I hope so.
They need to. He's so good.
All right.
But I would assume they probably wouldn't.
I don't know. That really don't because he's so perfect.
Aren't those shows technically canon?
Yes. Kevin Feige straight up said he's like, we'll never reference those shows. But if they want to be in that same universe, he's like, they want to be in that same universe, that's fine.
Yeah, because anyway, they reference the movies all the time.
Yeah, but they don't do vice versa.
Yeah.
Deborah Wolf, who plays Karen Page, said she has. This was the other day. She hasn't had an acting job since that show, and she said it's really, like, she's like really fucked up from it, like depressed. Like that she.
Well, I thought she was a terrible actress on that show, so it makes pretty good sense as to why she doesn't have a job now.
True. But which one are you looking forward to the most? I know they push Morbius is not MCU, but that's going to be the first one like connected because of that Spider-Man deal they have. But they did push that back because that's about a guy getting infected by a bat. So they did push that back a full year.
I'm most
I think was a good call.
I'm most excited about the next Spider-Man movie. I don't know if it's got a date yet.
It was supposed to be July 2021.
Yeah,
I read an article the other day about how superhero movies aren't going to be relevant anymore because of everything going on in the world, and I thought that was bullshit. So
that is complete bullshit because everybody's been up in arms and wanting them to just release Black Widow on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with the fact that like a superhero has to save the world from another person. Like it's just I want to be entertained.
That's what we were just watching Infinity War, and I was just like, I absolutely fucking love these movies. These movies are so much fun. They're incredible. They are uplifting. They are life-changing for some people. Like, these things really keep people keep
I want the distraction.
Yeah, distraction.
Everybody needs a distraction right now.
Spider-Man is still on slate for July 16th of next year. We'll see what happens. I'm sure that'll get moved. But they've moved everything back except for that because Marvel/Disney's not in control of that. Timeline-wise, it could fuck things up for the MCU itself. But the movie I'm most excited for is most recently was the Eternals, but looking forward maybe a year is Doctor Strange 2, but also Thor.
I think I'm more excited for the Disney Plus shows, but they all stopped production too.
Yeah, WandaVision was going to be sweet, man. I was really looking forward to that. Looking forward to some more Cap
and Falcon.
Yep.
Not that
I don't know how much they had left. We were supposed to be getting that in August, so maybe if they could return for production in like June or July, maybe we can get it in like October. That would be fucking awesome.
I know it's Sony, but I'm actually looking forward to Venom 2, just because of Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
Yeah.
Because I think it's perfect.
What's his face is directing. Andy Serkis is directing.
Oh, he is?
I don't think they've actually stopped production on that.
I watched it.
I'm also really excited for the Batman.
Yeah, I was excited for the Batman.
Yeah, even though it looks like it's going to be he got his Batmobile from Dominic Toretto in the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, but I'm all right if they explain that the right way. I'm all right with that because you can just say that Batmobile, he's rich, right? So it's just like his first Batmobile is just kind of a car that he gets that he needs to be fast. So he gets so
he's supposed to be in his second year as being a Batman.
That's what I'm saying. He's early on.
A lot of like, do you remember the Batman animated show?
Yeah.
He basically just drives a sports car that is black.
Yeah.
Like
it does look like the animated show, which a lot of people, including myself, love.
I'm fine with it.
There's a comic called it's Batman, the Curse of the White Knight, right?
Yep, the animated movie.
Well, no, so Curse this is the
White Knight
that came out with what?
The White Knight comic book.
Yeah, it's the Curse of the White Knight is the one, and the one issue I just read because there's no comics anymore, so it's like one of the last things I read. He's like he reveals that he's Bruce Wayne. He's going out to take on I think it's Azrael is like the bad guy in this, and Joker, but it's like I don't know. It's a long story, but he comes and he goes to the police are like connected with Batman now, and he's like they're like all the Batmobiles were destroyed except for one, and he goes, that one's always been my favorite. And when you turn the page, it was the one from the animated series. And I just thought,
oh, really?
Cool nod, yeah.
That's cool. I've been like, that's the DC movie that I'm actually, like, Wonder Woman 2 I think is going to be good. I think it's going to be weird that Kristen Wiig is the Cheetah. But I think it's going to be awesome. But I am really excited for the Batman because there's going to be like 7 villains in it, and it's going to be just like awesome.
I just like Wonder like that, and that's how you know that like they did a good job on something. Because I'm not a big Wonder Woman person, but I like that movie so much that I'm excited for the second one. Even though I really don't like the character of like, I'm not that I don't like her, but like I'm not a big Wonder Woman person.
Right.
I like Wonder Woman a lot from all the animated stuff.
I liked Wonder Woman. I got into her comics like 6 months before the movie came out because I was excited for the movie. And I remember just like when the movie came out, I was like, I'm like not that hyped for the movie, but I was like, I know I have a feeling it's going to be really good, and it was, and everybody was happy with it and wanted a sequel right away. But yeah, I want them to do what they're doing with the Suicide Squad. Like I thought, Birds of Prey was a great step forward for them. I know a lot of people didn't agree with that. Like they said, one of the plots of the movie. Shane, have you seen it yet?
No. Is it out anywhere?
One of the plots of the movie is revolved around taking a shit. Like it's silly, but James Gunn's got the Suicide Squad coming out next summer that he's working on remotely. Like I'm optimistic for DC going forward. Like I really am. I think if they take their time, if they like the Batman, they didn't rush. They had so many problems with the script. Ben Affleck was working on it like constantly.
I think that's why Joker flopped, because they tried to rush it.
What flopped?
The Justice League.
Yeah.
Instead of taking time to build the universe like Marvel did, they just kind of jumped right into it.
I agree. I also think people were just like, after Batman vs Superman, were just like, I don't give a fuck. Like they were just like, none of this looks good. None of this looks entertaining. But if they take their time and they build a universe up, I think it'll be fine. Like they've been doing good with these standoffs. Like the Joker was good. Birds of Prey was good. It didn't do well at the box office. But yeah, so I'm excited for DC going forward. I'm optimistic about it and everything. So yeah.
I'm sorry, we got to talk about it.
All right. So for those who don't know, Audra was just humping the back of my chair while I was talking about DC.
Wait, dude,
she's back again. She's back again.
I walked away. I missed her humping your chair.
Yeah, this is what she's been doing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Get the fuck away from me.
She's been really bored ever since she stopped working.
Yeah, she's been living here. We've been good. Today she didn't know that the light switch in my basement to turn the light on was right next to the bed. She's like, I was like, can you turn the light off? She's like, which switch is that? I said,
Roger, you actually, unfortunately, did get laid off in this process. So what are you going to do with your stimulus check?
Well, I should use it for my rent money since I am not having an income during this. But what I want to be doing is buying clothes that I can't wear during quarantine, but I still want to buy.
She also mentioned buying a PS5 as well. So
yeah, we're all going to have a PS5 circa December 2020.
Yep. Oh, okay.
She also mentioned buying a huge wearable Spider-Man sex swing outfit.
I have one of those. I'll let her borrow it.
Yeah, I told her the rave reviews you've given me about yours, and she was like, "That sounds interesting."
I haven't been able to use it in quarantine. It makes my parents uncomfortable.
Makes sense.
That's fair. But yeah, cool. We also, like we were talking about earlier, that we watch Star Wars. Star Wars is basically just a parallel of Harry Potter now. So yeah, just really looking forward to what DC has in the future.
I watched Letter to the King.
Yeah.
That was all right, but Andy Serkis. I thought about this earlier when you were talking, and I kind of didn't say anything. Andy Serkis is in it for like a hot second, but his daughter is like a main character in it. He actually plays. His daughter is a main character, and he plays her father on the show.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, so it's an interesting.
One of the things I'm gonna keep jumping back to Marvel because I've been on a huge Marvel kick recently.
No matter how much I try to get you to stop, you're not going to stop talking about it?
No, I'm never going to stop talking about it.
Okay.
I got this cutout of Captain America behind me from a loyal listener, Brian. So thank you for that. I've been using it for my work Skype meetings to spice up my background, and a lot of people have
You
been
put it
enjoying
behind
it.
you in your meetings?
Yeah.
I have this weird Daredevil poster that I try to hide because it's Mole Man killing Daredevil.
Yeah.
And
It's a
so,
weird poster, but it was free. Shout
yeah,
out to Duke
yeah,
Comics and Collectibles.
capes and
Duke
cows.
and Cows.
But
I bought
got
a
a couple
Guardians
in
of
my
the
head.
Galaxy omnibus too. That's what I've been doing. I love the Guardians, man. I miss them, and I'm glad they're going to be in Thor 4. But that's all I kind of got for today. Anything else you want to add?
So there's a band. I don't know if they're a band. It was a duo called Time Flies. They were like big YouTube guys.
Yeah, I like their Time Flies Tuesdays where they release a cover.
Yeah,
It's good.
Time Flies Tuesdays. They would put a song out. It was a lot of covers. But I think it's more of like a TikTok thing, but he puts it on YouTube. So a friend of mine actually texted me the other day that the one guy Cal, who was the guy who like would sing and rap and do all this stuff, he's putting out a song a day. They're only like a minute long or so, a minute and a half, but a different cover a day. It's called like Cal's Quarantine Sessions, and he's doing one every day. It's like a cover that has to do with being stuck at home. So if you need just like a minute to like distract yourself from the fact that the world's falling apart,
Ending.
yeah,
Um,
that's a good thing to just watch once a day. My favorite so far is In My Bathrobe, which is him singing "Shallow," but instead of saying it like in the shallow, he goes "In My Bathrobe."
So I put out on Twitter, what have you been doing during quarantine? And I got a response from Brian as well saying, got caught up on Westworld and started this Brew Brothers show on Netflix. So I heard
I heard about that Brew Brothers thing. I might start watching that too because I just finished Chef season 3.
Oh, dude, that show's awesome.
I know.
I also put up
I can't.
I put up a post of us recording live, and I said, got a question. So we got from Brian again. We got why haven't I been on an episode? So this might be perfect opportunity for us to include Brian in a remote podcast session.
I've been saying for months that I want to have Brian on.
Yeah, Brian's a good time.
No, not Bob's brother, Brian.
Oh, who's this?
Nah, Brian Audra's brother-in-law.
Oh,
big fan of the shot. Big fan of the
podcast game with us, Shane.
I met him at the Sixers. He's cool too. Have him on.
Yeah.
Hey, you have them both on. My brother's still working, but we could probably get my brother on for something too through this.
Yeah, maybe Nick. This is like the perfect time. We have so much time to watch stuff, so this might be like perfect time for a Nick Cage episode.
Hey, guess what? I don't have that much time because I'm still working.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm actually spending more time than I usually would.
I was saying this to Audra that I feel like I have less time with this. I'm working a full almost 9 hours. We're crazy busy, and then we work out. I eat dinner, and it's basically time for bed.
Yeah, it's spring break for us right now, but like this week, this week was so I didn't do shit this week, but
I really don't do anything until the weekend, or if we watch a movie, it's like 8 o'clock. And I'm like,
the online meeting thing is a lot. Like, like I talked to you guys 2 hours before we started recording today, and for 2 hours in between, I was just setting up one day's worth of work.
It's crazy, man.
It's already made. I already have it, but I had to make it.
I worked 10 hours at the warehouse on Monday. It was just like crazy. I have something to tell you guys about what happened at the warehouse, but I don't know if it's podcast appropriate because it's kind of embarrassing.
It's probably not. Is it embarrassing for you or for your workplace?
For me.
Oh, then. Yeah, you might as well just get it out there. The people need a laugh, RP.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys afterwards. It's fine. We got a Mark Dial comment. What do you miss most about life being normal?
Mark Dial.
How have you been doing? Have you been doing anything new in quarantine? What I miss most is just being able to go to something as simple as a movie theater. One of my favorite things to do is go to see a movie, whether it's by myself with a group of people. It's my escape from reality, or being able to go somewhere and not immediately think, like pump my gas and not immediately think, oh shit, I don't have hand sanitizer or something. I need to get the fuck home to wash my hands. anything new in quarantine? No, things are still the same. I'm still a hairy, fat man. It's still there.
I'm trying different workouts, but not like in a real way. Like I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna try this, and then I do like that thing for 15 reps or like 30 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, that was good, but then I don't continue to work out. I just do it once.
My sister's. I've actually lost work. I've also actually lost weight being home because while I work from home, I've actually weirdly stopped snacking as much. Like I used to have like some unhealthy snacks in my desk, and I'm like, I don't snack at all. So I've lost weight, and my sister's got awesome workouts too. But I've been spending more money on beer. I like drinking like fancier beer, like more expensive beer. That's like the biggest thing different for me.
I didn't drink for a while, and then I kind of just went off the deep end, and now I drink like every day.
Shane, what about you, bud?
I forget what the question. Oh, what do I miss? I miss actually being able to hang out and drink because this video chat, everyone getting drunk on video chat is annoying.
I do genuinely miss my friends. I miss you guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I miss my nephews too. Like I see them like I FaceTime my one today, because he knows like what's going on kind of, but the other one's still too young. Like it's weird. Like I used to see him almost like once. I mean, I didn't really see him every day, but when I got home in time, I would see them, and now I don't really see them at all. I just miss being around people.
Yeah, I haven't. So my second niece was born a little after Christmas, and that was like kind of around the time that all this shit started happening, that people were like getting weary of it.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen either of them in months, just because I'm afraid to go over there. You know, because like I'm being exposed to
it since your party when you got elected to the Senate.
Yeah, since then, that's the last time I saw him.
That's the last time you saw him, yeah.
Because I'm afraid to go over there because I think I know I'm being exposed to it. Like I'm not showing signs, but I don't want to give it.
That's how I am. I'm like super cautious about.
It's not about us. It's about the other people. Like even Audra's family lives in Lancaster, and her sister's birthday was last weekend, and her other sister's birthday is this upcoming weekend. And with the Easter holiday coming up tomorrow, we were supposed to be up there. Yeah. And it's just been like we've been video chatting. Like we had dinner with them last weekend for her sister's birthday, but it's tough on me because I love them all and I miss them, but it's rough seeing how upset she is. And like, you know, Audra's living here because her roommates are so paranoid that somebody from my house is going to give it to her. So it was either Audra stays at her house and doesn't see me, or she gives her roommates peace of mind. And it's just like, I want my fucking normal life back. I want to be at my job. I want to be, you know, hanging out with my friends, going out to the bar, you know, doing what we do together. Concerts. I had a concert canceled, and it's just like
when this is over. Like, I mean, I don't know. Regardless of the time, when things are like clear to have like large gatherings, we're gonna have a previously recorded keg in the woods. Like children. We're gonna get there.
Or so you mean a forest party, as Audra refers to it?
Yeah, we're gonna get there early so that when the actual kids come to try to start their keg in the woods, we're already like have it set up, and all our senator friends are there, and like they can kind of be like, yeah, you get lost.
And for real, shout out to all the kids out there who are 8th graders and seniors in high school and seniors in college. I know seems like a big deal right now, and all of us looking back.
None of you guys listen to this podcast, but
that's true. Even if you got family members that are like this, just realize that it might not be a big deal because we all went through it and we're like, who fucking cares? But to them, it's a big deal, and it just sucks that
this is like the way that I've been telling people to handle it. Everybody gets a graduation. They're the one group of kids that didn't. So they're actually more special than anybody else. Like they're the kids who never graduated. And when like 20 years from now, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you graduated in 2020? Did you not have a graduation?" They'll be like, "Nah, we had a Skype graduation or whatever it is," which is corny, but
that's so lame. I wouldn't even log on.
I think they should just postpone it until things are clear, and then give it to them in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, summer, like when they come back from college, like do it over, like to have one in December, because then kids that went to college are back. Kids that go to the military, unfortunately, don't really get a chance.
Yeah, the people that want to do it should just go to like the next semester graduation and just join that one. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that would work too. Just have a huge graduation next for high schools at least.
Mhm.
Have a huge graduation next year. Colleges the next semester have a huge graduation if they do it semester by semester.
I would have been perfectly fine with not it, but I mean I worked my ass off for graduation, to get my degree and whatever.
Yeah,
but
I mean I think college is a little bit different. High school and like
high school
stuff like that. Like it's a big deal for you, but it's a big deal for your families too. Like see your kid graduate high school.
True.
Like I didn't give a shit about my graduation at all, but like I just went because it meant something to my family.
Yeah, same here.
But I think that's a little bit different. Like I my college graduation, my first graduation, I went to the big one for the school because I went to see Bill Cosby. In retrospect, and then
I'm a big Bill Cosby fan, even still.
Did you watch the new Tom Segura?
Oh yeah, it's great.
When he's talking about Bill Cosby in prison.
Yep.
Yeah. But watch that if you haven't. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
I went to the big one, not the small one where they'd say my name. When I graduated with my master's, my girlfriend at the time and my family had to convince me to even go because I didn't even want to go. I was like, I don't fucking care. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
I'm getting my job. Who cares? But like, they forced me to go to it. So college, I think, is a little bit different. But when you're 18 and you've been in school for 12 years, and this is like, all right, I'm finally done.
Yeah,
that does suck. But there'll be things that pop up. I'm sure they're going to get some cool opportunities to try some things that have never happened before, as far as a graduation or like a prom or things like that in the future. That they'll get the experience, or they'll get offers. Like they'll get things that to try to like relive the experience. It's just right now it does suck.
Yeah, like I said, so thank you guys for listening to this episode. Thank you for participating. I have a feeling we might be able to do this a little bit more often, more frequently than we have in the past.
I was saying to you, if we try to do this like every couple weeks, something like that, of like
once a week.
Here's some new shit to keep you busy during quarantine.
Mm-hmm. And then people are just looking for shit to listen to while they work too.
Yeah, exactly. Because like we usually try to limit this so it's not too long, but now people have nothing better to do, so like it doesn't even matter if we go like real long in the time.
Yeah, so we're just gonna live Zoom, and you guys can come into our Zoom, and we'll mute you, and you can just be there while we do this, and that'll be the podcast.
I'll put it out there. We'll see what happens.
It's just going to be us and Nick.
That's true. But we have a tax question for him. Another OnlyFans type of thing.
All right, let's do that before we get off, because it doesn't fucking matter how long this runs.
Sure. You want me to call him?
No, we don't have to call him. But
we have the answer to that anyway. Yeah, we do.
One, real fast. This is unrelated to what I was going to say. But just a big thank you and a shout out to anybody who's still like out there and dealing, like the healthcare workers, the nurses, the doctors who are kind of they're putting themselves in harm's way, police officers, firefighters, HERS drivers. My brother is still working HERS. He's still delivering food.
Warehouse workers fulfilling Amazon orders.
Everybody that's out there to still doing, not living in their room like RP and I are. Thank you, first off, from previously recorded. But let's do this. So,
PRTY.
Your favorite previously recorded moment?
Mine?
Up to this point.
My favorite moment. I think the one with Senator Trashbag was a lot of fun.
That was a good episode.
Yeah. But I will always go back to the Harry Potter episode we did with Shanks. I feel like that is when our podcast kind of changed. I think we got.
I really want to have
I'm not
him-
saying episode. I'm saying like your favorite like individual moment,
Individual.
have,
like
like,
funny or whatever.
Fuck it. I know exactly what I'm saying. Fresh Prince of Bel Air, number one. That's my favorite.
If you haven't listened, this will kind of get people to go back and listen if they haven't already. Go back, watch if you need something to do, go back, watch or listen to the sitcom draft episode.
One of our best episodes.
Find out where the Fresh Prince fell in that draft. It's higher than you'd think. Shane, what's yours?
Jesus Christ. So my first pick that was in my head, like, all right, this is going to be my first pick. No one's taking this. Bob pulled the rug out from under me.
We all know what happened, Shane. This isn't about Fresh Prince. What's your favorite previously recorded moment?
So not like one moment. I liked those like 4 or 5 weeks when we were doing the weekly Game of Thrones episodes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because with Chris on, like the 4 of us, I think those episodes are just so funny to go back and listen to.
Yeah, they were good. They were a good time. I just remember the last episode. All of us were like, "But we have nothing to fucking talk about. There's nothing good to report here."
Yeah,
that's a show that has completely vanished from my memory because of the last season.
It's not. It's almost lost its value.
Yep.
Entirely.
I sold I had all the seasons up to 7. I sold them.
I know a guy who's never watched it. Senator Trashbag, I think, is the one who was just telling me he's never watched it, and he's like, "Should I try watching that?" And I was like, "Honestly, no, because there's no payout. Like, it doesn't. Like, I wanted to be able to be like, yeah, dude, it's awesome, but it's awesome for 6 seasons or 7 seasons or whatever it is, and then."
Well, back to you, Bob. As you have been absent for quite a long time, but
so mine goes back, and I listened to all the other episodes, and I feel like I'm there almost. But first episode we ever recorded, the superhero episode, because I was just telling the catfish story the other night.
Yeah,
and this was happening while the catfish thing was happening. Which maybe we'll do an episode during quarantine where we just tell like personal stories, because that would be kind of funny because we have a lot.
Maybe I'll tell what happened to me at the warehouse.
Yeah, and they're like, we could talk about when we went to Steve's on multiple occasions. A bunch of different Steve stories.
When the government...
The random shit that's coming out of my mouth.
The government all of our peace problems.
Yeah. Or when I had to get out of the car.
Everything. Come on.
I had to get out of the park at the chain. Like, I think we could do a big episode for that. But I was telling the catfish story yesterday, and I thought about on the podcast the very end of the one episode when I said, "I'm sorry, Kendall."
Yeah, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, Kendall.
And just the idea that, like,
you're bullshit. Everything about you is bullshit.
This is bullshit, and you were bullshit.
Yeah. I will also say that first episode will always have a nice warm place in my heart, because that is when a dream I had for 7 months finally fucking happened.
That we tried to push back. Like, we tried to just talk him out of this whole thing.
And look at us fucking out.
Do you remember too? All right, so here's a good moment. So I wasn't originally supposed to even be part of this.
No, you forced
me. I wasn't supposed to have a major role.
Yeah, at first it was RP's thing, and then RP roped Bob into it because fuck me, I guess he likes Bob better than me.
I was like a producer. Like, I was going to come up with like questions. Yeah. Like, it was a talk show basically, and I was just going to help RP like prepare it.
Yeah,
and I realized that I have nobody famous to interview.
I was just going for the first episode, and then we recorded it and we got all the feedback, and I was like, "Yo, like that was a lot of fun. Like, I'm in."
Yep, and I had to fucking drag you guys. But come on, just do this with me. And we ended up having a lot of fun. And now look at us, we're fucking remote podcasting.
Yeah, now we're making billions of dollars. So.
I'm sure we're all living in giant mansions. We're actually in the same house, and we didn't even realize it. That's how big.
We're just in different wings of the house.
Yeah.
I'm in the guest house. The guest man.
Yeah, I'm actually in the dog house, but it's bigger than my house that I grew up in.
The dog house has a 2-car garage. It's crazy.
Yeah. Which the dog can't even drive.
So if you haven't listened to any of our episodes, then I'm really curious of why you're listening to this one. But go back and check it out.
This is why I did that. I want you to hashtag a bunch of random shit.
All right, hashtag random shit coming your way.
Hashtag in this, like, hashtag You could obviously do like quarantine and like then maybe I don't know, maybe people, but I'm like hashtag like bangers and mash. Like you know, what I mean?
My bangers, my beans and mash.
Stuff from other countries. Let's try to get people to
Hashtag infant sorrow.
Yeah.
Soundtrack. I will also maybe I'll like hashtag like fucking the British pound and see what happens.
And then send it directly to James Gunn.
All right, I will.
Our biggest fan now.
He just told me I was wrong. All right, guys. As I ended the last episode, which you will hear after this one, remember, this will end soon. Everything will go back to normal, and there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Remember to like us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
I didn't like that at all.
Rate and subscribe. Why didn't you like that?
He was sucking a cock while he said that.
It sounds like you like tried to be Mr. Rogers.
No, that's a fucking Disney World thing, man.
All right.
It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Shining at the end of every day from the Carousel of Progress. All right, but hey, rate us, leave us a comment, subscribe, take your clothes off. Naked Podcast coming your way. We will keep you updated on things that are happening in the world, keep you busy. And if you like these episodes, please let us know so we can know that we're doing a good job.
I'm back on social media tomorrow, baby.
We're back, baby. All right, guys. Have a good night. Or day. I don't know.
Woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes. All the clouds are gone and took the rain that came inside. I can't believe the way I feel about the day. All the bad is gone and all the good is here to stay. I can point to and all that I can see because you love me, because you love me, because you love me, because you love me. Cause you love me. Funny how this life we live can change from